Hello and welcome to my channel. So what is an exception report? You've been asked to create an exception report and you're wondering, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to include? Whether you're a project manager, whether you're a project member, this video is for you. Don't look elsewhere. In this video, I'm going to take you through step by step on all that you need for you to create an exception report in a project environment. So let's get started. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Oscar Mbira. I'm a certified program and project manager. This is the channel which I use to help aspiring and practicing project managers to succeed. So in this video, I'm going to take you through all the details that you need for you to create an exception report. Whether you're a project manager, whether you're a project member, whether you're a program manager, this video is for you. So let's get started. So in this section of the video, I'm going to take you through an exception report, which is normally coming through managing the stage boundaries or phase boundaries. It's a very important report. And hear it from me, not always that you should create this report, but there are cases where you have to create this report, which means you want to clarify a specific situation. Say, for example, you're now overshooting or you're now going beyond your tolerance or even your baseline approvals from the project board. So you need to create an exception report. So it is a number of sections, and I'm going to take you through these sections. So the first section is the exception title. It must be very descriptive. What has caused this? So you need to describe. The title must be very clear. Say, for example, the stage is not going to be completed. Okay, that's the exception. So in the title, you can say failure to complete the stage within the timelines. Okay. So that is very important. Every exception must have a title. If someone is going to look at it in future to pick in lessons learned, the exception title should be descriptive and meaningful to them. Make it short, don't make it too long. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're new to the channel and you find this video very helpful, don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you're the first person to be notified each time a new video is uploaded on this channel. It will also help the channel to grow. It will also help the channel to produce more videos like this one. I hope. Then, the second section of the exception is also the cause of the exception. What is it that has caused you to go beyond the tolerance, or what is it that has caused you to go beyond the baselines? So you need to be detailed in this particular item because it will make sense to a number of either project members or project board. What has caused you to fail to deliver within the timelines, to fail to deliver within the budgeted time? That is very, very important for you to note. Say, for example, you might say, due to say, we all know about COVID. Maybe it was because of you were running this project during the COVID era. You can even say, due to the COVID pandemic, we had to stop the project for 2 months. And therefore, what we had planned to complete in 2 months was also affected. So the cause must be very clear, okay? Don't just put something that is not very clear. Otherwise, people might think it's not a proper exception. Maybe it's poor project management skills. So that section must be very, very clear. Then the third one is now to capture the implications or the impact of the cause. If the cause was pandemic, so what was the impact? If you look at this example, there were so many areas which were impacted. Number one, maybe you've lost project members due to the pandemic. I've seen some of the projects losing members during this time because there was no one who could control it. There was no any way to treat until later on in the phase of the pandemic. Then the second one is also on the staff morale, for example. You know, you have started something, you stop again, you come and you do it again. So those are some of the implications. It could be implication even on the business case. Is it still sustainable? Is it still viable? Whatever has caused that exception. It could also be implications on the benefits of the project. Do you still expect to see the same benefits? And so on and so forth. So that is very, very important to also capture the implications. It could be implication even on quality. It could be even implication on the risk that we have. It could be even implication on the revenue that you're expecting to generate from there. It might even have an implication on the technology or something technical. So it is very important that under your implications or consequences of the deviation of the exception, what is it that is going to be impacted? That is very important to capture. Then also the next one, which is the fourth one, is also on the options. You need to describe, or you need to note, whether in bullet form or detailed, but you should be able to put down what options were available at that particular point when the exception happened, okay? So, for example, you might be running a construction project, and probably there were also some civil unrest, and therefore you could not continue with the construction project. So what options were available? The first option, obviously, was to increase security so that you continue working on the project. Or for example, the second option, if you're in stoppage, it's also another option. The other option was to stop it so that you're able to protect lives, and you're also able to move forward with the project. So these are just simple examples, but it depends on the project type and also on the project industry that you are working on. But you also need to capture what options were available to you as a project manager or to you as a project team. You need to put them down in your exception report. Because remember, you want to convince people who are not on the ground, who are not following daily on what is happening on the project. You want to convince them to be able to accept that it's a genuine exception, and therefore they must give you approval either to extend or to rearrange or to replan. So you should also be as transparent and as honest as possible. Don't put anything to hide some information. It will backfire in future, I can tell you. In case you want to dive deeper into understanding how to manage, how to run a stage in a project environment, I encourage you to watch this video, since this is going to also give more details and information in terms of what you should acquire as a project manager or as a project member. Now, after giving the options, the next section that is expected is your recommendation. So you know what caused it, you know the implications, you also know the options that are available. What are you recommending as someone who's on the ground, as the pilot of the plane, as the project manager of the project? What are you recommending? I've seen so many project managers making mistakes. They just go there without any recommendation. They just go with a list of options, then they ask project board to choose. I'm telling you, don't make that mistake. As a project manager, you're driving things. You're running the project. So you should be able to make a decision. You should be able to make a recommendation. So this section is where you're now going to put your recommendation. Based on the situation, my recommendation is option 2. So that at least you go to the project board with so many options, but with what you think is best for the situation. Don't make a mistake I've seen other project managers doing. When they're being asked for options, they only come up with one option. I'm telling you, that is going to infuriate your project board members, because you're boxing them into one solution. You're boxing them into one decision. So even if doing nothing is an option, you need to put it there. Otherwise, you will find it very difficult. They'll ask you to go and analyze again, wasting time. So go there with, at least from my experience, 3 options is better, minimum 3 options. Unless if your situation and your project does not allow, then probably you go with 1 or 2. You might have a different view, let me know in the comment section. But for me, 3 options is better for you to present to the project board to make a decision. Now, then the last section that is also expected after a recommendation on the exception report, it is the lessons learned. Please hear it from me. Every exception, you must learn something. Me, I learn every day from each project that I'm running. Every exception, you must learn something. You cannot go to the project board without any lessons learned. What you're trying to portray is it can be done again. It can happen again. Someone can repeat it again. So you should be able to capture in the exception report the last part. What lessons did you pick from here? What lesson did you pick from that stage? What lessons did you pick for the project? What lessons did you pick for the next project? Or even what lessons did you pick for the organization or corporate, whatever project you're running on? So your exception must have those specific lessons. I can tell you, minimum 2 lessons. It's very unusual to learn only 1 lesson when there's an exception. Because an exception is affecting a stage. A stage in most projects, depending on the type of project, in most projects, it's a prolonged period. It might be 1 week, it might be 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, but rarely do you have a stage in 1 hour or 10 minutes. So there must be something that you have to pick as a lesson, whether human or non-human lesson, but you must pick that if you had done this better, this exception was not going to happen. So you have to capture that part of the exception. If you think there are more items to capture in an exception report, let me know in the comment section. But as for now, this is what I'm covering, and this is what you need to understand for you to create an exception report that is going to be approved or accepted by the project board. If you want me to create more videos or additional videos based on what we have discussed in this video, or there's something that you want clarification that is not clear, you can reach out to me or you can let me know in the comment section below.